And good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to Undercover ET. Quick update on 3IATLAS for you today. Avi Loeb, he did an interview on News Nation around midnight last night in the UK. So hopefully this is an update for people that haven't seen it already. If you have, apologies. I know it's getting a little bit mundane listening to Avi say the same thing over and over again. But in this interview, he kind of explains the jets in a little bit more detail, why we're seeing up to 7+ plasma jets or tails coming off of this thing, and there's speculation as to whether the object has broken up. So we're going to listen to what the horse's mouth has to say, as always, and we're just going to keep a close eye on this one, guys. They still don't know what it is. Okay, so for anyone that's saying it's a comet, look, unless you're an astrophysicist, unless you're working and you've got the tools in front of you and you've got the data in front of you, there's no way you can know with 100% certainty that it's a comet. And I'm not hanging on to the fact that it's a UFO. We just simply don't know yet, and that's what Avi's argument is. We don't know. Guessing is not good enough in this situation because of the reasons he's given. Okay. There was also another comet flying between Atlas and the Earth, and same guy that found Borisov back in, I think it was 2017. Same thing. Same guys found another comet. They've named it after Borisov again. It was seen for a day, and now it's disappeared. It could have, disintegrated because of the sun. It was in between Atlas and the Earth, so who knows, guys? Who knows? We need more data to come out. A lot of scientists do think it's just disintegrated. There is another possibility, as you know. We did say this thing would go behind the sun, and we may see probes and other objects coming, apparent because this thing has just released them, right? It was really strange to hear that Borisov turned up, or this new comet, but it's disappeared. So we're going to hopefully get some more information from Avi Loeb regarding that as well. And we are going to finish up on some actual UAP evidence today as well. Appreciate you guys filming this, guys. I know it's a lot harder. It's been rainy, it's been windy, it's been horrible. So the evidence has been dripping in slowly but surely. But you guys are still doing the business. And I've been recording as well. I've done about 4 or 5 hours worth of recording over the weekend. So hopefully we got something there. And I will be showing you a few today as well. So let's get into it.
Now, that question is only slightly in jest, given everything you've been saying. Did we see it explode, or did we just happen to go back and measure it and say, oh my gosh, it's now much smaller and in a few different pieces?
Well, what we see are 7 jets coming out of these objects, more than 7 actually, after it passed close to the sun on October 29th. And we can see that some of these jets are pointed towards the sun, and they penetrate over 1 million kilometers through the solar wind. We know the properties, the density and speed of the solar wind, so we can figure out that for a natural comet with the characteristic outflow speed of these jets that come off pockets of ice on a natural comet, given that speed, we can tell that there is a lot of mass carried by these jets so that they can penetrate through the solar wind, about 5 billion tons. And in order to get that much mass out of ice, we need a large surface area of an object. And it turns out that it's a surface area of an object that is at least 20 kilometers in diameter, much bigger than the original estimate for the size of the object. So that would mean for a natural comet that it was broken up into many pieces such that the surface area, the total amount of surface of these many pieces adds up to the amount of mass that we need to release by vaporizing volatiles. Now, in the case of a technological object, maybe the jets are coming out of thrusters, in which case technological thrusters can reach much higher speeds for the gas that comes out of them, in which case we don't need as much mass. The fuel can be a small fraction of the mass of the spacecraft. So the coming weeks will be really decisive. Either we see a fragmented object where the pieces will get separated from each other by the tide from the sun, or we would see an object that maintains its integrity and has very high-speed jets coming out of it, in which case we will have to contemplate a technological origin.
When are you going to know this, Avi? I mean, you're obviously watching how each of these 7 pieces now travels? If it's in a coordinated way, or?
Yeah, we will get data from hundreds of observatories around the Earth, plus the Hubble and Webb telescopes, in the coming weeks, by the middle of December, it will get closest to Earth on December 19th. And by then, I hope we will know the nature of the object, because if it's natural and it disintegrated, we would know what it was made of. We would see the pieces. However, if it maintains its integrity and you see high-speed jets coming out of it, we can measure the speed, we can measure the mass flux, we will know that it's something unusual. So I would hope that by the holidays, we would definitely know what the nature of this object is, and that would be a nice gift for all of us.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. We're being invaded by aliens. At least it sounds like, Avi, we'll know for sure one way or the other, which would be nice to have a definitive answer.
What is it? It's a rent in the space-time continuum. What is it?
The stasis room freezes time, it makes time stand still. So whenever you have a leak, it must preserve whatever it's leaked into, and it's leaked into this room.
What is it? It's a singularity, a point in the universe where the normal laws of space and time don't apply. What is it?
Time into the past.
Oh, a magic door!
So, very interesting, guys. Look, the way he's describing the potential thrusters of this thing doesn't really fit with what I'm looking for, because from what I understand with the UFO, UAP phenomena here on planet Earth, there is no propulsion signs. There is no thruster signs, no matter how fast they're going, guys. Here on Earth, this is a large object and this is in space, and there may be some differences there that I'm not taking into account. More than likely there are, but I can't see them having a visible propulsion system with the technology that they have, especially in space, you know. I can't see, I mean, this is now me casting doubt on the object almost. Based on the way that we're choosing to analyse this. We still don't know what it is, folks. It could just be a comet that's broken up into several pieces that's letting out gas fumes. But none of that really makes much sense, because it shouldn't have any tail coming off from the front or from multiple sides, right? If it was breaking apart, it would have broken apart by now, I would have thought. And this is the data that Avi Loeb is trying to get hold of. I appreciate that completely. Also, big shout out to Bennett Kaspersite. Well done, mate, for getting Avi on the show. I did actually email Avi myself 2 days ago. I know he's getting hundreds of emails. So touch wood, fingers crossed, he does come on the show. And Avi, if you're watching this, I do want to ask you about 3IATLAS, but I've got other stuff to ask you as well, mate. Stuff that's Earth related, stuff that, you know, we've got lots of data, and I'd love to share it with the scientific community, but I've yet to find anyone that wants to know. So I haven't had a response from you yet. I completely understand if you checked out the channel and you're on the fence with it all, but there is some stuff that I need to show you. So please get in contact, Avi Loeb, undercoveretuk@gmail.com, if you can, mate, if you've got time. There's stuff here on Earth that we need to look at, and I don't want you to be at the end of criticism if suddenly something happens and we're like, look, we told you so. Okay, I want you to have a fair shot at the data, and it's coming in from many, many people all over the world. So please get in contact with me. With that said, let's show some of what we're seeing, because it's crazy stuff, right? You guys are doing an amazing job on the Facebook group as well. You're constantly uploading. I am waiting for that one piece of gold, guys, and it's going to be coming sooner rather than later. The winter is here. You know there's going to be less bugs up there, certainly less birds as the snow falls and stuff like that. Hopefully we can get lucky enough to capture some really, really compelling stuff, and we are working on it, guys. We're working on it, guys. Let's check out the evidence. Okay. Stephen Henchlife. This is very, very similar to what we've seen in the past, mate. Loving this. This one is moving very steady, very eerily at the back of your house though, buddy. Let's check it out. What? That's mental, mate. That is mental. I'll just turn you down because we don't need the volume. I'm not hearing anything crazy going on. Against the blue sky, it's dark, right? And this is what I've noticed in a few of these objects. And then when it goes in front of the bricklet, it turns white. And we see this time and time again, but normally not this large. That's what's confusing me. It's normally not this large. Now that looks like a bird, but honestly, the same chap, Stephen, has captured a bird flying right through his brick wall right here. Flying through the brick wall, guys. I'll overlay the video now. Stephen's been filming these things since 2011, so before even Dr. Shipe. And he's been sending in evidence regularly. He's been uploading. He sent me some of the best stuff that I've seen as well. So keep going, Stephen. This is a collective thing, okay? Your evidence doesn't make any sense until someone else captures something similar, and this is why it's starting to come together, and this is why I need Avi Loeb to start looking at this. If you watch yesterday's video regarding Courtney Brown, you'll know that there are ways to capture these objects with the right equipment, and this is what our goal is, guys. The goal is to get people to get the equipment, to film the skies, to send in the evidence so that we can show the world that we're not alone. We really aren't alone. This is amazing stuff, Stephen. Thank you very much, mate. And like I say, just keep recording. Keep recording. Flippin' heck. Can't say much more, mate, other than well done. Okay, so this was one from me yesterday. Really good quality on the S24 Ultra, guys. So this is my goal, is to try and get something S24 upwards. Really crisp. You can see the detail on the roof there. This building is approximately 170, 180 yards away from my window, and then the tree line is about 190. Okay, so that's where we're at. Guys, I recorded for 20 minutes while I had the phone in my possession, and it was really quiet out there, but we did get one capture. Check this out. I mean, real time, look at the speed. Just super quick, and then super straight. We're not seeing it for a long period of time because I'm zoomed in about ×4, ×5, and trying to get a really good shot, because I'm using the tree line as a point of reference. I'm gambling, but I'm trying to get one of these objects to come from behind the tree line, which I've done in the past, but I've done it on the live stream where the quality is not as good. So I'm trying to pick up something from behind that tree line that will give us point of reference, that shoots way too fast to be anything else, that looks way too big to be a bird or a bug, because from that distance you can see the leaves on the tree. They're tiny, and the bugs will actually be smaller than them leaves if they're coming from behind the trees, right? So we've managed to get the point of reference in the past. I'm just trying to get it on a better camera, guys. It takes a bit of time. It takes a little bit of time, but you can see here we've got what looks like a hockey puck or a pencil UAP of sorts. No idea. I've caught one of these things really close up before, and they looked more like a slide, than they did a puck. But this is, coming into the evening, folks. As the sun's going down, we tend to get objects like this, and this has happened to me in the past as well. Come 4 or 5 o'clock, all those little black hockey pucks that we were seeing, they change, and we end up getting something like this. So I think it's down to the natural light and the camera, and that it's trying to adjust and pick up these faint objects. But of course, traveling at 2,000 miles an hour, you're going to struggle, and this is why Courtney Brown was saying 120 frames per second, infrared, and you will capture them during the day. And they won't only be this size, they'll be massive, guys. They'll be massive. So this is why we need the equipment, especially over this hot spot. I feel like I'll capture a lot if I've got the right stuff. And so this is going to push the research on, guys. It's going to push the research on. Just keep filming. Next up, we've got Colin Coates. What have we got here, buddy? Okay, looks like he's got some activity. Oh, there you go. There you go. Nice and quick, straight line, really fast. Now remember, they mimic, guys. They mimic. So they're going to look like bugs. Look at this. Crazy fast, guys. Crazy fast. And I mean, look, it's moving that fast that the frames per second, the camera can't even keep up with the amount of speed that this thing is generating. And look, they're out there. Film the planes, film the helicopters, because at that altitude, if you do manage to capture them, tagging the planes, going behind the planes, getting point of reference, there's no question. And this is what Gary Nolan was saying. This is the most undeniable evidence, because people have got point of reference. They've got weird stuff, from Orbs, jellyfish looking things. Boogosphere video, Dragon UAP was seen in that one as well. So look, there's something in it. These things, whether they're from Earth or from space, whatever, they're here. We just need to figure this out. I fully suspect, okay, based on Dr. Robert Shipe's research out in California. If you haven't already, check his channel out. He does some amazing things, guys. He's been recording every day. God knows, thousands, absolutely thousands of helicopters, planes, military, God knows how many thousands of vehicles, our vehicles, fly over the jetty rocks and the marina there, and they get tagged by UAP. Oh, I hate to think how many thousands of pounds or how many thousands of dollars have been spent on research trying to get to one of these UAP right here, guys. You know, I've put a picture up on my window to see if they would react to it on that week that I did, guys. Check out the live channel. I started doing this in March of this year. You know, I started recording out of my window live from my phone, just to see and to share with you guys what I've got going on out there. And you can see there's a lot going on out there. And guys, there are some of these live shows, there's hours I've not even checked, for the simple fact that I can't sit here for 5 hours of a day and expect to get anything done. So sometimes I just leave it recording and I just go about my day, okay? And that's what I was doing early March. You can see no leaves on the trees when I started doing this. They were bare. But I tell you what, the activity was insane, despite the fact there weren't many bugs out there, guys. So this is what I'm saying. Check it all out. Maybe you're going to find something that I haven't found yet. And we've captured sources, we've captured orbs, we've captured all sorts of different things. So yeah, that's the goal. Get yourself a radio detector, car radio detector, one that would simply let you know if there was a speed camera ahead. That will tell you if there's UAP. It gives you a small, but it gives you a chance to pick up a radio hit from one of these things. You know, if they emit their radio frequency in your direction in the moment that you're filming, then you'll get a radio hit, guys. And that does happen, and that completely wipes away all the bug nonsense, guys. And we've got to keep on at this, because the whole world really will not accept this at first look. They won't. I didn't, Robert didn't, Ben in Oklahoma didn't. You know, majority of you were probably on the fence with this before you really thought and looked into it, and then eventually come round, okay? So the audience that watch this channel all the time, you're with me, you know what I'm talking about. For anyone that's on the fence, I encourage you to do your research, come back to the channel, look back through older videos, the live streams as well. I do explain this stuff in full detail, and I'd love for an actual scientist, someone with a degree from Harvard, hint hint, honestly, I would love for Avi Loeb to come on the show, try and get to the bottom of what we're showing you guys. I don't want to be lying to you guys, I really don't, and I'm an open book. If someone wants to come in and try and debunk this stuff, get in contact with me, come on the show, tell me why you think this stuff isn't real, and I'll give you my opinion as well, and we can have a debate, absolutely. Apart from that, keep recording the skies, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you, take care, all the best, and we'll update you with more as soon as we can. Bye bye for now.